interesting. Obviously, SiNister are probably coming in with the favoured side, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely. Like, just looking on paper, although we really have no map history for either of these teams. So, I don't know. I'm actually surprised that either of these teams have brought in Cafe. And of course, it is SiNister's pick. So, they've got some strats up their sleeve for sure, as the first ban is going to be Thatcher.
Yeah, that's a pretty hefty slapper for the attacking side. But what's the second ban going to be? Players now looking to take it. Down.
Lion, perhaps, because that was used and abused against him. It's going to be the Monty, which
was Power Play or SiNister's using that in the previous? It was
SiNister who were bringing it up.
Yeah, SiNister were constantly bringing it out in that second half, and like you said, it was kind of the. It wasn't a one-trick pony because they'd run it, I think, 3 times, and 2 of those times, I believe it failed. Correct?
Yeah. It failed once.
Oh, with that, yeah, with the Nitro, yeah.
Yeah, the Nitro shell from below, yeah. It was Dining and Trophy where it worked successfully.
Yep.
And then AVG, not so much. So Mirror Ban, no big surprise. Wouldn't be surprised if it's a Maestro or an Echo. Maybe even a Valkyrie Maestro.
Maestro, there we go. So similar bans to the defense that we saw on the previous map as well. Nothing too out of the ordinary?
No, not really. We are going to head into the very first round. Now, SiNister starting on defense. Now, Cafe was traditionally fairly defense-sided. Of course, Cocktail Lounge, first port of call. It is the, top floors seem to reign supreme unless there's some basements where you can go down to. Even then, sometimes the top floor is much better to defend.
So we do get a Cocktail. Interesting, like you said. 3rd floor. And with the extra hatch that they've now got, does that make it a little bit more interesting for the attacking side?
I feel like they've added it in to give the attacking side more options. Like, it's one of those maps where to get any ground on the top floor can be very difficult. Like, I like to talk about how hard it can be to grab some meaningful map control. Like, you can grab map control elsewhere on the map, but the meaningful map control is where you want to start staging your push from. And so they've put another hatch in, but that hatch can really be denied fairly easily from across on those extensions they've made to this top floor balcony area. So it's, I don't know, it's more of like they've given some then taken away as well.
Yep. Giveth and taketh away, hey?
Yeah,
that's fair enough.
Time Lord Yugi. Liking the remodeling Fisho guy's doing here.
It's a bit of a cheaper way than getting a demolition crew in. Just let Fisho guy go for it.
Probably one of the more funner ways to remodel.
Oh!
Copper. Dirty man.
Yeah. That's gonna hurt to begin with, because that's the thermite gone as well.
Oh yeah, good point.
Oh no. Oh no, monkey. I don't like the start of this already.
Test active.
Okay. We're waiting for the admin to sort this out, but either way, let's focus on the match in the meantime. So admin will be on it, guys. Let's just see what happens here. Hey, Manic.
Yeah, that'll be a big F in chat, I feel. Wait and see, however, as they are starting to open up onto that 3rd floor, getting a little bit more access. But however, choosing to be quite aggressive over toward red stairs. I'm just interested to see what happens here, Monkey.
Yeah. Well, all right. So yeah, Muesli's made his way all to the top of red stairs. No contention. Look, Casper and Mangoes as well, and Piano. I'm actually surprised that they're not trying to hold out on this one here.
Oh, they're going to be pushing in quite aggressive at this point. Mangos leading the charge, but oh, wowzers, that was a pixel off it for Fisho. Lucky to be alive after that one, but still backs away. Still keeping intact, and oh, what a read from Mangos, and he manages to catch out Fisho as well, who was trying to find the retrade. Oh my word, Mangos going absolutely massive, but just not big enough, still dropping. At the very least, Jaeger down solo, and Copper He's now going to have a hard time coming back into this one. Oh, no, he won't. Okay.
All right. So 3-on-2, but Copper is very lit. He's just a shadow of a man, but still do some damage if you can hit that first shot, headshot, of course, as the drones are coming out and about. Definitely slowed down by quite a lot here. Bundy to find Vicious, and that's one of the full HP members as well. Arnie's below, so the only resistance they've got on site is Copper, who's going to go down to Muesli. All up to Arnie now with 20 seconds. Plant is surely going down. Yes, it is. Bottom right-hand corner tells me so. Arnie with a bit of a job to do. The C4 through the floor. Oh, it's actually going to find Bundy. He backs up into it. It was nowhere near him to start off with. Now, has Mango's heard anything? He's right in the corner of the freezer there. Oh, that's a Claymore.
Jeez, that's a fair bit of pressure being put back onto Arnie, but looks like the defuse is going to be stuck at this point. Muesli doesn't have a line of sight into the area. It's going to come down to the wire, and Arnie manages to pick it out. Pros don't fake.
Anyway, as you can see, Spawn Peak has been allowed, actually, guys. It is, from what I've been told, it is, as long as the Spawn Peak is not within the first 2 seconds, it's allowed. So 3 was...
that's rough.
2:57 was the ruling.
Oh, wow. Oh, that one hurts. That's... Okay, well, we learn from our mistake and we move on.
Now, second choice bomb site is Kitchen. So this is a bomb site that we never really see come out much at all. Well, we didn't previously, but now with the rework, it is a lot more viable to hold on to. And then, of course, when we, when the, change to the ranked, sorry, not the ranked, the rotation, bomb site rotation, that's the word I'm looking for, was brought in. That's when Cafe left, because teams really didn't want to play this this bomb site until it has now been reworked. So interesting to see that the second choice rather than third or fourth.
Well, they've obviously got something up their sleeve. SiNister were... I think SiNister were the team that kind of threw a little bit of a different view into the entire... into the map. On that first... On the first matchup, that is.
Yeah.
Over on Villa, they were... They went all 4 bomb sites, didn't they?
Yeah, they were around the world, as I like to call it, when they do that.
Reservoir going up.
Around the world.
I'm interested in these castle and rotate hole placements.
Yep. Yeah, because it's rotating holes right next to castle's reinforcements.
So, normally what that tells me is they don't want that castle, like the angle where the castle is be open, but they still want to, like, so someone can hold an angle through it. They still want to be able to move through that area.
Yep.
So if someone's sitting at long range with an ACOG, they're going to be forced to take a more tighter angle.
Yep. Put the pressure back onto Show at the moment. Has 3 plays on the other side, my word. Just manages to get away in time, but the information's now being relayed onto the rest of the team. He'll back away and drop another jammer down, so...
Oof.
Ooh, wowzers. Angles. Days.
See, so, like, a lot of players have started rappelling upside down just to get that almost head glitch angle.
Yep.
And so that's what we see there from Mango's right above the doorway. It's not a spot you'd traditionally see someone rappel full stop, but yeah, that one's allowed. As Muesli will find Luna as well elsewhere on the map. So this is looking great for power plays.
I actually think Fisho might be in a really decent position here. Depending on the read, he'll drop the diffuser. Backs away for a small moment, still back on red stairs, has enough room to escape. He does go to the first flight, trying to take a different angle. There's going to be the drone, maybe baiting out that peak. But never mind. They don't bite. Fisho does manage to get away. However, still an advantage here. Power play's looking to take, if that is that A bomb site into kitchen.
Oh, so they've got a line of sight into it, but we've got, who was that? I think it was Fisho guy right above with some holes through the floor. It is just Arnie and Fisho to try and hold it off here, though, and there's plenty of time for the attackers to work with.
A lot of pressure being put onto Arnie. He's
ill-advised angle, but that works out. It was just sprayed on through, and he decides to take it. And Fisher guy from above. Looks like power play's not ready for that angle either. Shots coming through the wall. Arnie dodging bullets. Just call him Neo. So that diffuser is looking to be picked on up. Oh, Fisher guy, not the reactions with the shotgun. Now he gets a triple kill for Fisher in this one. 30 seconds, and it's all up to Muesli. Gonna make his way into the bomb site. He does have diffuser on board, of course, so he can plant if needed.
Shots again being fired on through. Muesli's now getting pinched a little bit, but surely not really too much left of this round to be able to work. However, Arnie does get blown. Oh god, left, right, and center. Muesli's just going to have to stick the plan at this point, and that's going to be the free kill coming over the top for Fisho. But that positioning above cooking was huge from Fisher.
Yeah, it really seemed like this is how new maps evolve, right? Like there's changes to it. You know, previously that floor was not destructible, and it really seems like power players are completely caught off guard of that being a possibility. And Fisher guy just, you know, stat padding at that point.
Yeah, well, it seemed like they didn't even know where the positioning was, because when they went back in for the, you know, to pick up the diffuser, they were completely bamboozled as to where the shots were coming from. So, again, it does leave a lot to the imagination when the map is, I wouldn't say so fresh, but it is fresh.
Yeah. Reading room fireplace is the third choice, and traditionally, of course, second choice. So many comparisons we can make here. And then, of course, there has been another bomb site added on in, which I really don't think we're going to see too much of. It's the dining and, of course, reading room. Now, dining and mining is where we're at right now.
Ah, okay.
I think.
I'm not entirely sure. I don't think I really.
They have gone reading. What?
There we go.
So dining and reading. Actually, I'm surprised.
Big
They even
place.
wrote reading down. I don't know what I was talking about. This is the brand new bomb site. And I really feel like that. You know, dining and mining is probably the better one to go to, because you can have that like kind of swivel point between the two sites in the train, right? Like it's, of course, you know, the top floor can really like, you know, mess up your day if you try and defend in here, but I don't know. I suppose we'll have to see how the pro players pull it out.
Yeah, the rotates are going to be interesting, aren't they? Because, you know, let's speak theoretical here. If power players do take control of corridor, maybe get into laundry room, you know, try and hold off that angle, it might make life really difficult for SiNister. However, we'll have to wait and see, like you said. See how the pros play it.
Yeah, like, you know, I've got my own thoughts here and there, but, you know, I'm no pro. I'm just a commentator. Of course.
Nasty boy.
Nasty boy. So Ocean Man expecting someone might be waiting to get aggressive on him, trying to drone out. So the mute jammers are going to keep his excursion short.
I believe there is one lurking up on that top floor, and Ocean Man would be right thinking so. So there we go. And that's going to be Bundy, I believe, spotting the foot out. I'm not entirely sure whether that was just some pre-firing, but Ocean Man is being contested on the top floor if they do go for that control.
Yeah, Vicious took a lot of damage and able to stim himself back up with the stim pistol, of course.
So right down across Cocktail Bar, Casper and Bundy and Muesli actually come in together. So there's 3 points. They are really putting their eggs in the basket, like you said before. But can they make it work? That's got to be the only question for me at this point.
Yeah, so they have been able to gain control of Piano, of course. However, it's not going to be as impactful as if it was dining and mining. The rest of the top floor is where they need to start trying to gain control of. Of course, and that's where we saw the dock holding down earlier. Casper's going to be the first point of contact. I think the dock might have defaulted back to site as well. Vicious doesn't really want to stick around too much longer, especially now there's only 45 seconds on the clock. That top down pressure is probably going to be pretty negligible now.
Definitely the vertical fights are going to play a huge part there. So Muesli opening up the bank account, taking down Vischer to begin with. Now how they play this side, Fisho just going to be able to make contact onto Casper. Casper shutting down the lurk play coming on through Ocean Man to take down Copper. And all of a sudden, it's Arnie and Luna in a 2 versus 4. Make that 5 because, unfortunately, Arnie, you've got it all to do. All the hopes and dreams of the nation. And I don't think this is possible, Monkey. However, I don't count it out. I don't count it out just yet.
This would be absolutely nuts if he can pull this off. They know exactly where he is. He does have some good weapons, but he does have no utility in his pocket now that he's used that Nitro Cell, and there we go. He does find Casper at the end there, but Ocean Man to clean on up. That's going to be Power Plays' first round on the board.
Now, you were touching on how it is going to be interesting to see how they do play, you know, Reading Room and Fireplace Dining, whatever you want to touch on. How did you feel that that went? Because it did not seem at all in control for SiNister.
Yeah, well, I think they had some good ideas. And, you know, they did delay time quite a while. Like, it was a 5v5 with 40 seconds to go, right? And Power Plays had only just taken control of that top floor. But then when the collapse came, it was just all Power Plays traffic, wasn't it?
Yeah, just the, again, 1v1s that are being won, I guess, for Power Plays to pick up their first round in this second map. So, Mute's being swapped out for Smoke, it seemed, on SiNister. To and fro, back and forth we go. I didn't actually see where we are.
Cocktail once again.
There we go. At least someone's paying attention.
Yeah, well, of course, now that this is the 4th round, all rotations are, well, you know, where they started is where they can go back to. And, you know, most teams will start on their most favored bomb sites. You know, I'd be pretty surprised if they tried to force out a separate bomb site rather than Cocktail now.
Yep. This one came down to the wire, didn't it? This first round was the 1v1 clutch with, or was it a 1v2 clutch maybe with that defuse?
Yeah, the ninja defuse, wasn't it?
Yeah. So this'll be interesting to see how they actually hold, because it did, again, it seemed like Power Plays had the better positioning, the better plays on that first round. So only one way to find out, Monkey.
Yeah, only one way to find out indeed. Gotta see the way the cards lie, dice lie, whatever you want to say, sticks lie. When you're playing pickup sticks.
The old magic trick of 52 pickup.
No.
Alright, so a lot of control being taken on that roofing, trying to open up those hatches. Not trying, successfully, well and truly opening up the hatches.
Yeah, I'm surprised that we're not seeing more contention with these hatches from defense. Not like holding an angle up to them, because, you know, they don't have the high ground, but more of like using C4s when they know they're being opened and as such. Like a Pulse could do some great work with those hatches.
Mm-hmm. So Red Stairs completely in control of Power Play right now as they start to take a little bit more control. I believe they were starting to head in towards Cigar Lounge. That's nice.
You did hear a yell of pain, although it looks like Muesli is the one that's taken some damage. So, what was that? I'm going to say Gumon, but there's no Legion on the board. So those mute jammers will be taken out so that it now can open up into Piano here. Look at Casper's positioning. Like, this area inside Cigar Shop just feels so much more exposed now.
Well, it can start to take those long-range fights with Mangos starting to clear on out. Starting to edge closer as well.
Oh yeah, he's just gone right in, isn't he?
He's not really giving him... Yeah, he's not holding back at all. And this is actually what Mangos did in that first round that worked so well. I believe he picked up a 2k and nearly the 3rd. So, you know, Mangos taking control.
Oh, Fisho!
Oh, my word. Okay, that shut me up real quick. Well, that was exactly what Mangos did, but this time it's Fisho who manages to find the double kill on a wild push in.
I'm talking about full sending it.
Just send it, son.
Yeah, the bomb site control is in the hands of power plays now. However, we saw Freezer completely taken over by power plays members, so they're gonna start going for the plant. Oh, Vicious will find Ocean Man. Mango's getting shot behind. Can he get the 180? Almost. He's gone low for it, but Luna will clean him up with a deagle, and defenders win the round. Luna with 2 on that deagle.
Huge from Luna, and this is what we saw from her in the first map as well, if you remember. Just absolute dominance with the fragging ability, but that time power plays didn't even come close, and you have to say that's all on Fisho to start.
Yeah, that was a some rather big energy, just running in with a shotgun. They were just not ready for it, were they power plays? Like, it's the kind of, it's like a play that it's so, well, it's not dumb, but so silly you won't expect, you know what I mean? Like, it's, yeah, who's just going to run at us with a shotgun through a choke point? Surely we'd be watching that. Oh, no one's watching it? All right, we got 2 dead.
Mm-hmm. That was a wild play, to say the very least, but, you know, something that turns the tide in the round. As it did, it honestly looked like power play were looking to do exactly what they'd done before with that kind of white corridor control and then pushing into cocktail range, but this time it all begins and ends at Cigar Shop. For now, we are down in towards kitchen.
Well, you know, I was thinking compared to this map, like, I feel like power plays have better executes.
Yep.
Like, they are getting more into bomb sites, aren't they? However, it really seems like SiNister are kind of baiting them into it. Like, yeah, you can take control, but we're just going to retake or use utility to shut you down and such.
Yeah, it was almost like they... look, I'm just speculating here, but it was like they made the read on that cigar room push, cigar shop push, rather, with the second that Sledge kind of showed any sort of attention toward White Stairs. It just seemed like they were able to capitalize on that. So, you know, maybe again, SiNister's ability to adapt on the fly is coming back through.
Yeah, well, they did go 2 men down early on this bomb site, but managed to win it in the end. Some beautiful upstairs plays. So surely we're going to see power plays try and clear out upstairs. Fisher guy trying to play around red stairs has been... I think they're going to start pressuring him a lot more. Oh, Copper's going to get forced out of here. Things are getting rather toasty for him. In fact, Fisher's going to find Ocean Man, and oh, he's managed to find a spot where he can sit. Luna trying to support. You know, Copper, he's lucky to be alive, and I think that might have been all of those asphyxiation bolts.
Yeah, all the attention was on Copper there. There was actually an awesome opportunity for Luna to come on through, but however, holding the crossfire, Copper rather, manages to shut down Muesli, pushing on through.
Yeet. Oh, not far enough.
Worth a shot at the very least.
Oh,
how's the...
Nice shot.
Nice, crisp, clean lock onto Copper. And there's that Echo drone coming in to support Luna. However, it comes in too little too late. There's no impact just yet. Jammer gone as well.
Mangoes has been slaying this map, hasn't he? He's been really the standout player for power plays.
Without
a power player, if you will.
The power player of power players, fair enough. So I believe they've taken control right now of that B bomb site. Fisho, does he find the timing again? Surely not. Mangos walks directly into the position as he swaps out onto the shotgun. Close play.
But he wins this. They're going to peek right into him with a shotgun. That's 1. Can he get 2? No, it comes down to the 1v1. So Vicious versus Casper.
Bit of a standoff now. Vicious getting into position. Still got the Echo drone if need be. Believe it's sitting just above that bomb site. So does Casper actually go for that plan? Surely Echo might be able to capitalize on it. Oh, Casper. Fortunate enough to get away with that for now, but Vicious just playing on the edge. And there we go, being able to spot out the first. It's just still that standoff that we see, but it's Vicious to come out on top. And so much work done from power plays to get into the site, but again, Fisho steps up in a huge way.
Yeah, once again, Fisho is the head chef in the kitchen, I must say. He's been dictating the pace of that round every time. As this time it looks like we might go for fireplace hall mining. As I said, I personally much prefer it. But, you know, pro players do what pro players do for a reason.
Yep. They've got the feeling. Let's wait and see whether they can capitalize on this defense now, or whether the wonderful, joyous team of power plays can maybe push back into the site. But one thing you mentioned was the ability from power plays to actually contest these bomb sites quite vigorously as well.
Yeah, as I said, I'm much more impressed with power plays' pushes, and you know, I was thinking about it that maybe power plays have you know, because it's technically a brand new map or an updated map. You know, they've been doing their pushes from scratch and like sorting out their strategies and what they want. And because they're a much more experienced team now than when they first started competing, and maybe their pushes are just a bit more sophisticated in that regards, perhaps. I don't know. This is just all spitballing and speculation, of course, but
Yeah.
so, you know, maybe, you know, they're able to draw on more experience and, you know, flesh out better pushes.
Maybe it's exactly what they need, just a nice fresh start. So they are going to be heavily in towards that third floor and around Cocktail and Piano, making sure that they don't really get that free access at the very least. Obviously, the majority of that top floor can be opened up.
Good to see Mozzie out once again as well. We got a Ella with a shotgun. You know, Fisher guy's been going nuts with a shotgun, but normally when you've got an Ella shotgun, it's for a very specific, like, you know, choke point that you want to hold on down, because the FO12 just has such a high fire rate, and of course it is supported by her ability with those Grzmo, if my Polish pronunciation is correct.
I'm not even going to take a stab, so you are correct. What's that? Confirmation from Cthulhu? Yep, you are 100% correct.
Yeah, I believe in Cthulhu at least.
Oh, they've actually been able to spot out Copper there, I believe, so that might allow them an extra standpoint to come through from. But look at that position from Luna to deny the hatch over on Cigar balcony.
She doesn't want to like stick there too long, however, because she's been droned out. All right, Fisher's heard the drop. He's going to get in their face with a shotgun. But, oh, I think Muesli's holding it down. It's a very tight angle. You know, Fisher guy might go down here. In fact, no, it's going to be the Thermite that's punished, but no! He's only downed. Muesli's able to pick him on up.
That would have been a very large play to have dropped Thermite in that position, but now they're going to have to do it with the man down here. SiNister. They look to turtle on the sights for now at the very least, but that coming through from Vicious. Very nicely placed to take down Muesli. They're going to have to try and find some way around that, as IQ now being dropped.
Oh, I like the position from Copper here, and Arnie might even be the one to bait him in after they hear that concussion line from Sophia go off. Looks like she's actually going to rappel on the stairwell window, and Copper is going to find her. So Arnie, I think he might be a spy in behind the lines right now. As Copper's just going off. Here's Arnie. He's found his own, and all of a sudden, just up to Ocean Man with a sliver of HP. Oh no.
Oh, no, not like this. It feels bad at this point for Ocean Man, not really having the greatest start to the round, and it doesn't look like he's going to have the greatest end either. But still, it's the effort that counts. He will be allowing the flash to give him some room to move, but Luna just waits for the drop, and it's an easy kill. SiNister are looking very good on their defense.
Yeah, they are giving power plays some SiNister tidings, but that, of course, is the end of the half. Round switch. Defensive sided, as I said, but is it 5-1 defensive sided?
Oh, I guess we'll wait and find out whether power plays have what it takes to kind of hold on their defense side, and maybe we can draw our conclusions from there. But there we go, the Mozzie rather coming out a little bit more often for you, Monkey.
Yeah, the boys. But I honestly, just from that operator pick selection phase, I really feel like power plays aren't ready for Cafe, and they probably didn't expect it to come out in the. Oh yeah, there goes the Mozzie. They probably didn't expect it to come out in the vetoes, right? Because Ocean Man taking a while to decide what operator he wants to pick. So, and you know, maybe they just haven't had time to strat it and scrim it and you know, prepare for it. So maybe their pushes are more of they've realized they've got to be more aggressive, so they're going further into bomb sites and taking more control.
It looked like they were dangerous to start with. You know, those first 3-4 rounds, it actually looked like they'd done their homework. But then it started to. I feel like it maybe had fallen apart a little bit towards the end. So they do have an opportunity though, giving themselves the 1 round buffer. So it's not all bad news. They get the 1 chance at the very least to make something work on their defense.
Initiating jab.
Right, well, we are seeing, of course, the Lion picked on out. You know, I think teams might be looking at this and thinking, we really need to ban Lion against Fisho Guy. Like, you know, that Monty, I think, is more manageable than a Lion, honestly.
Yeah, the Fisho's just been huge on this map. Absolutely massive to SiNister. You know, the amount of multi-frags we've seen in the rounds, the impact that he's had has just been phenomenal, so...
Yeah, it's important to highlight that it's not just multi-frags, it's impact multi-frags.
Yep.
Like, you know, anyone in a 1v5 might be able to get 2 kills, like we saw Arnie do earlier, of course. But, you know, when it's, you know, impactful and what's helping your team win the round from being in a 2v5 or whatever, like 3v5 or whatever it was earlier, it's so impactful.
There we go. Fisho again. Coming in with the feelers, just taking some pot shots through the opening, through the sky roof. Oh, hello? Did you see that?
I have no idea where that was from.
Not a clue. Not the foggiest of clues, my friend. I did not see that either. There we go, Habana. Trying to find the double breach.
Just copper things, just finding the early frag. I think that's the second time we've seen Ocean Man punished at the start of a round while he's been on that echo, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's a huge, you know, that in itself is a misstep of sorts, but it's hindering that ability to hold on the defense quite drastically as well. So maybe something to look over and fix up for future reference.
Oh, vicious with those taps. Gonna find Muesli's head, but Casper to trade right back onto Copper. This has been a slogfest so far, hit for hit. That was close.
Yeah, Arnie just taking some shots on through the wall, testing his luck, but nothing gonna be granted as of yet. Again, they will be able to drone out, maybe get a little bit more information, but it doesn't look like that's the point of call for now. Fisho's still holding from that sky roof, so still giving them the ability to push on in towards Cocktail Bar, as it is completely open, but Mangos is there waiting.
Yeah, they're going to take the long angles, the defenders here, and you know, when you're peeking into them, it can be so much harder to win the duel. When, you know, you've got a wide range to aim at, whereas they just have to hold down one angle. Fisho Guy is full sending it himself.
And again, that's something that we've seen multiple times, just dropping straight through the sky roof, getting so much control. Vicious being able to take down Mangos, that surely has to be it, but no. They actually managed to deny the bomb plant for now. Casper in a awkward position, not going to be able to deny it immediately, but might be able to hold off. They're still going to go hunting. There's not enough time. Has Casper been able to win the round right now? He has to stick the bomb plant, but Casper manages to pick it out right at the last second in a 1v3 clutch.
Wow. Beautiful stuff there from Casper, but that round I think shows some worrying signs for power plays. Maybe the confidence booster that they needed, right? But it was a 1v3 clutch in the end.
Yeah, and we talk about that, you know, so much on multiple broadcasts across multiple titles, is the fact that, you know, that's not really something that you can rely on, is someone coming through with a massive play. But I guess that comes down to positional awareness and hitting your shots.
Yeah, well, Kitchen is the second choice as well here for power plays. Now, I don't know, it really seemed like when the power plays were attacking this bomb site, they very one-dimensional in it, weren't they? They just decided to try and push Bakery.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's when they ran into, you know, the stone wall of Copper behind you know, the display units and Luna sitting in the prep room here.
Yep. Yeah.
And then
It
of
felt
course
like-
Fisho, Red Stairs.
Yeah, I was just about to touch on that. Fisher and Red Stairs, both times they played down in Kitchen, was just so instrumental in holding, you know, that main corridor and denying that free access on towards at least the A bomb site. But let's see if maybe SiNister can bring something different to the table in the way that they approach this. Would dare say they'll have something up their sleeve.
Yeah, well, I wonder, you know, SiNister I think might even try and go top down on this as well. You know, clear out any people above, because we saw how powerful it could be when you have someone above looking through some holes in the floor.
Mm-hmm. Again, compliments to Fisho.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like it's just been the Fisho show.
Yeah, this is Fisho's map for sure.
And there we go. So in the bakery, taking control once again.
Not nearly as much contention, is it? It's
No, not
round
even.
given up, and there's that man again.
Yep. Speak of the devil and he shall appear, and by goodness he's appeared this map. It's been absolutely ridiculous. A monstrous effort. Look at the timing on Muesli to push on through. Does he pick up the 2? No. But now he's caught in the corner, and Vicious will be able to capitalize on that. In the meantime, Fisho Guy does go down into toward Mangos's hands. And in a 3v3 rather, Mangos is still roaming up on top.
So that was strange, wasn't it? It's like they're not holding on as like you know, as resolutely here, power plays, but it still ends up in a fairly similar situation once you know, once the groundsman gain control. A 3v3.
Very ambitious play from User to push on in there. Still manages to find the 1, so I guess, you know, maybe job done at that point. But
Oh, Luna.
Mangos, oh my god, shoulder to shoulder. Does Mangos hear that?
Yes, he does, and he's gonna follow it up with the kill. Goodbye, Lunas. Now they're gonna have to force their way in through these choke points, and the information is on them as well. Vicious is gonna take some damage here. This is looking like another power plays round at this point. They're gonna have to hit some absolute nuts shots, and now it is just Copper. He is full HP. He does find 1. That's put him down to just a 3rd.
Still, you know, 50 seconds left on the clock. There's a good chance for him to make something work here, but he's got to find the right timing, rather the right entrance point. And he will be able to find a couple of shots through the wall, however, it's not going to connect onto anyone. He's still a little bit worried of maybe Mangos that was upstairs, but knowing full well that there's no need to.
I think he's getting pinged out by a drone or something similar. Oh, this is going to make things a bit toasty at the back there for Ocean Man, but no, Ocean Man's going to peek before he can capitalize. That is power plays with their 2nd in a row.
That was really nicely done from Ocean Man on that wide swing there. Like you said, taking the fight to him instead. And power plays, they're right back in this, Monkey.
Yeah, well, as I said, it was 5-1 in the first half, but is it that defensive sided that we're going to see it on the flip side? And so far, it's been one-way traffic, hasn't it, on this half?
Yeah, definitely. It's completely turned the tides, and I think that, you know, we might not have seen the contestant like you were talking about in Bakery that we maybe saw from SiNister. But, you know, that push from Muesli, again, just touching on that, the timing was perfect. Unfortunate not to find a second, but with Habana breaching, makes it near impossible for him to get away with his life. So, moving on. We are now currently sitting 3 and 5. It's now getting down to that nitty-gritty stage.
Yes, it is. Now, they've just opted for the reading room bomb site as well. It looks like these two teams don't really agree with me as to what's more favorable in terms of bomb sites.
I'm sure they've got their reasonings for doing so. Nice, easy prep stage to come on through. Do again with that Habana breach preferred rather than the thermite, and I guess it doesn't leave you as exposed for so long.
Yeah. Well, it is Round number 9. Now, Casper, you know, I like those camera setups. You get a 2-for-1 kind of deal. Like, they are, of course, a bit more visible because that part of the wall's been destroyed. But, yeah, you get active vision into 2 different rooms.
Oh, Muesli's playing the same angle that I believe it was Fisho guy tried to pull off in that first half. Denying Thermite in the earlier pieces, but didn't find the kill, so maybe this is the play. Is this it?
Oh, he's seen the rappel line. I don't think he can get the angle, though. It's far down enough. It's a smart play there by Luna.
The question is, does Luna play into this? Oh, that's going to be the nade. Not going to come through. Just mistimed by not even half a second. Well, I'm sure Muesli would have heard that.
Yeah, Muesli is flirting with death right there, wasn't he? And manages to escape. See all that debris.
Yep. They're doing an excellent job of flushing anyone out on that top floor to gain complete control, so the question is, do they have it uncontested, or will they need to try and fight it back from Muesli? I believe Muesli's conceded it, or maybe pushed over to the far east side.
Yeah, I think he might have just been on the other side of this wall here. Yeah, you can see a silhouette there. Just prone in the corner. Are they going to expect it? They can move off the back of this lion charge. I don't think they're aware of his positioning there.
No,
this could be Casper.
This could be so dangerous. He's actually going to... How's the trigger discipline on him? Not good enough, but he will find the first, and that actually brings it back into the even situation. He's going to continue to press the issue. Knows where the third is as well, but Muesli, an incredible job on that top floor to secure not only the top floor, but maybe even the round.
Well, 2v4 and Vicious has got 1 foot in the coffin. Should blow on him and he'd fall down dead, I reckon, at this stage. Usually he's just going to go and hide back in his corner once again. Oh, foot.
Oh, no, Muesli, does he? No, Muesli's down.
Yeah, downed.
Fair enough. Well, maybe there was a chance of bringing that one back, but Monkey, the time is running very thin right now.
Yeah, 20 seconds. Gonna have to go very last second here. I know Vicious is getting ready for a drop with the diffuser into Laundry, but running down this stairs will surely be Arnie's demise. Yes, it is. So all up to Vicious now. 1 on 3, 3 HP to his name, and Mangoes to clean on up there. So I think we can be on that hype train. Manic comeback time.
Yep, I'm feeling it in my loins right now. They've done an incredible job of bringing that one back. Muesli on that top floor again. You know, we're bringing it down to the wire, and it seems like Muesli's going tit for tat with Fisho, or at least was. Fisho not really having the impact on this attacking side.
Yeah, that's for sure. As I said, very defensive-sided, and, you know, it's been more defensive-sided than what I was expecting.
There we go, seeing again. Pretty standard pick, it seems, for the attacking side, not really changing anything up.
Cocktail once again, though, so it's been 3 in a row on defense now for power plays. And they're going to continue that. Look at that. Fisho on 12 kills. Mangoes 10, Muesli 8. Those two have been really stepping up.
Yep.
Bundy's been a bit of, like, I don't think I've said Bundy's name all day. He's been, like, in the background for the most part, hasn't he?
I feel like it was Bundy on the flank. Bundy now in line of sight of another player, right? Yeah, I definitely feel that the impact hasn't been there, but it doesn't mean that it still won't be. Still 3 rounds left until we do come to the full regulation. There's every chance that Bundy can pop off and step up for power plays.
Yeah, the Mangoes and Muesli duo has been the driving force behind this team, and you know what even makes it more impressive is that Mangoes is actually the IGL for the team.
Oh,
so you know he's like IGLing from the front, isn't he?
Yep.
He's always up in everyone's faces, taking all the fights and such.
Yeah, talk about leading by example.
And then of course, if your IGL dies early, they can jump on the cameras and start giving the calls, giving the direction. It's not the worst idea in the world.
And generally, Muesli's been good for the one, and Mangos too. So it's not really, both of those players have really, at the very least, each round they've been good for the one kill on this defensive side, and putting the pressure back, transferring it back onto SiNister.
It's really that SiNister can't really.
Oh my word! Monkey! Oh wowzers! Oh no, Casper thought possibly the timing was there to push through white halls, but no. Nicely read coming through from Arnie.
Yeah, it was Arnie feeling something in his loins that time. I think he was very close to the wall bang and then the flank, or the floor bang, I should say. So I think this is the first time that we've seen SiNister get kind of like a foot in the door early on in the round, isn't it? Like,
Yep.
normally it's them, just getting shut down at every turn, but they found the first frag in this one. In fact, they might even have piano control here, as Luna's going to be the one to repel on in.
Let me check that line charge.
Yep. Now, Pixel Peak in this position here is what it's normally called. Luna's gained control of it, so that's one of the main areas that piano can be held down from. Yeah, they've really started to bully their way in.
Yeah, Arnie coming in from white stairs as well will be able to take a lot of control back, and if Bundy, depends on the angles that Bundy and Muesli are holding right now. Muesli's looking to push on into the angle and try and take the fight too. As Vicious maybe. They back away, and again they turtle on toward the site. They're gonna have to play this 4v5.
Oh, Bundy, there's a frag. He's found Arnie with the slow peek there. Gonna see the next E1D line charge come on out as Fisho's gonna start planting. Where's the denial? Surely we're gonna see some C4s tossed in as Vicious has found Mangoes. Plant confirmed. Vicious with another one. He is popping off right now. Got Muesli coming in from the flank. He's found one, but Fisho to shut down Ocean Man, and it's all up to Muesli. In the 1-on-3, but no, Vicious to find him, and we've found match point for SiNister.
Yeah, huge round from Vicious coming through there on the 3-piece in what was pretty much, all but 10 seconds towards the end of that round. But, that was the position that we saw Casper kind of deny everything from in that first, I believe it was the first round of this map, rather for the second half. But it's not going to happen this time. They deny that flank coming through from, what did you call it, the Pixel?
Yeah, Pixel spot. Pixel angle is like, it's got another name, but it's not something I'm going to call it.
Pixel angle, and we'll leave it at that. Then we'll shake hands and walk away. So yeah, that was, I believe that's where Casper had found the success from in the previous round, and nicely done to not really waste any time there for SiNister to push on site and get that plant.
Yeah. So. Just keep in mind, though, SiNister were down 6-4 on the previous map and managed to bring it back for a dub. So Power Plays is a turn to try and replicate that if they want to go to map 3, which, if you've forgotten, ladies and gentlemen, is Bank.
Yeah, question is, Monkey, does history repeat itself?
Well, only if they've learnt from it. Only if they haven't learnt from it, I believe, is how it goes. So it looks like they're going to set up for another similar angle here. The shield. I don't know. I think the defense probably wants to shut down what's happening over here with these hatches, right? Like, of course, it's very difficult. But some C4s from below, anyone gaining control over there can be completely shut down. Alright, so into potentially the final round, round number 11 here.
Looks like they're gonna hold the white halls at least for now.
No, I said, try and shut them down from below, but that's where they're coming from. Arnie and Copper both in, just going up red stairs. Wonder if they're going to be ready for this at all. So look at Muesli's position, same spot where he had so much impact, hiding in the little corner.
This is where Arnie had the success from in the previous round, at least finding the first kill. It didn't really continue in that fashion afterward, but
Bit of a
wasn't needed.
bit of a wasted line charge there, wasn't it? Like no one really making a move off of it.
Yeah, there was no capitalization on that whatsoever. It was just kind of maybe misclick.
Oh, this could. Copper knows. Copper knows that there's someone there. But no, he's not going to try and go for the floor bang at all. That was an echo drone that was found on out.
Starting to scout out, I guess. IQ really putting in the work here, making his money's worth. His copper.
Still 5-on-5 though, and there's a minute 15 on the clock. Like it's They started early, Sin, but now they've really slowed down, and they're not making much headway at all.
No, this could be seriously dangerous right now. Muesli just on the other side. I believe this is not exactly the positioning that we saw him from last time. Moves toward the Christmas tree, just missing the head, but surely that'll now alert as to where his position is. Luna will capitalize on it, and now they can really start to put the pressure back onto power plays.
Yeah, Mangoes falls off from that pixel peak. Oh, that's dirty. He can see a few bullet holes. Give him the vision. Just has to wait for the color to change, and then he'll shoot. But so they're going to fall off of it. Look at it, 30 seconds on the board to go. This has been a very slow round.
Yeah, they might just go for that rush straight into that exact same area that they had before. This is looking for the win right now. Luna is shutting them down left, right, and center. It looks like power plays. Their numbers being called. And surely they can't pull this one back with only Ocean Man and Casper remaining.
Our plant's going down, but it's now been put into a 2-on-3. Make that a 1-on-3. Ocean Man with it all to do. Can he take me by the hand, take me by the clutch? Quarter of the time down on the diffuser. He knows there's one downstairs, and Arnie to clean it up there. Another victory for SiNister and another 2-0.
Yeah, not the cleanest 2-0. Not. I don't think that's. I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't think I was expecting that much contention to come through from power plays.
I was like, as I said, like, they may be one of the, down the bottom in placings of Pro League.
Yep.
But they're still not a bad team overall. Like, especially when they can get Muesli and Mangoes running on all cylinders.
Yep.
And that was what was happening.